lights on and off ahead and behind us, so don't be alarmed, but again, it's really important that we all stick together as a group. If you need to leave the cave for any reason, not a problem at all. Just let me know first so I can radio up to the surface and get someone to escort you back to the gift shop. And finally, I just ask that you're respectful of everyone in our group and keep side conversations to a minimum, just so everyone can hear throughout the entire tour. Are there any questions before we get started? Perfect. Well, this is one of those times when I'll need a volunteer to lead the way. Does someone want to be our first volunteer? Perfect, thank you. If you want to head down this ramp right here, you'll end up in this room where my flashlight is. I'll give you some more lights and we'll be right behind you.
Oh, sorry.
And you guys can follow along.
She must know me well, because I'm usually
There you go.
the guy that stays behind the group, so she's on to me already.
Well, welcome everyone into the second level of Crystal Cave. Our cave was discovered in 1881 by two teenage boys. Their names are George and William Vanasse, and they are only 14 and 16 years old when they discovered this cave. They were playing on the surface above when they saw a woodchuck run into a nearby hole. Being curious boys, they decided to take a stick and start poking around inside that hole, trying to get the animal to come out. Unfortunately, the animal didn't come out, and they ended up dropping their stick down the hole, and they could hear it clattering deeper and deeper, telling them that this hole was a lot bigger than they originally thought. So the next day, they came back with a rope and a kerosene lantern. They tied one end of the rope to a tree, and they slowly lowered themselves down this stone structure. We call this the slide, and it goes all the way up to the surface past my flashlight, and extends all the way down into the third level of our cave. I'll be sure to point out other views of that slide as we get deeper into our cave. But when those boys came down here, they would have noticed all of this tan stone all around us. Does anyone have a guess what kind of stone this is?
Limestone?
Exactly, limestone. This is a specific type of limestone called dolostone. Now this rock was formed around 485 million years ago. During that time, Minnesota and Wisconsin was covered by a shallow sea. Sea creatures would die, and they would fall to the floor, creating layers. Over time and with immense pressure, those layers were hardened together and created all of the rock we see around us. Now we also have this red rusty ore right up here. Does anyone have a guess what this rusty ore could be? Iron. Exactly. This is iron ore. Spring Valley from about 1890 to 1910 was a thriving mining industry. However, they never came down to Crystal Cave to do any mining because this is the largest deposit of iron that we have. So it really would not have been worth their effort for them to come doing any mining down here. Now right next to it, we have this gray-green strip. Now this is a really sticky clay called illite clay. Now similar clays are used in paints, makeups, and even to make the pages of magazines glossy. Now we are in Crystal Cave, so you're probably hoping to see some crystals, right? Mm-hmm. Right behind you guys here, we have two samples of the Druzy quartz crystals we're known for here at Crystal Cave. So these two were taken from the third level of our cave, but you can see these small quartz crystals all throughout our rock. You just need to shine a light on it, and you can see it sparkling back at you in patches. Kind of looks like someone threw glitter at the rock. Now back here, we have this long gray strip right here. This is called chert. Now chert was used by the Native Americans to make arrowheads, spears, and even digging tools because of how sharp it was when you broke it off. Now another name for church is flint. Does anyone know what flint is commonly used for?
Starting fires.
Exactly, starting fires, flint and steel. Now there's one more thing I like to talk about in this room, and that's this pillar right here. We call this the pillar of good fortune. Now according to the local legend, if you walk around this pillar once in a day, you will have 24 hours of good luck. But be warned, the legend continues. If you walk around this pillar more than once in a 24-hour period, your good luck will turn to bad luck. Now, I've already collected my luck and walked around the pillar, and I don't want to test fate. But if you want to go collect your luck, you're welcome to walk around the pillar and meet me back over here. They had pulled themselves back up with that rope that they had. Are there any questions before we head deeper into